Helen, I have few questions from you, from the team. From a few members of our team, they asked a few questions. So I'll ask those out from you, and you can give your best take on it. So shall we begin?
I will try my best.
So Garima is our senior product designer here. She has asked, couple of questions like what methodologies and tools do you use to gather user insights and do research. How do you use different tools, or which methodologies you use to conduct the research?
Yeah, so for research, I mean, there's various tools that I draw from, certainly, and it depends what kind of data that we're wanting to collect. So if we're wanting to collect some user or customer feedback, for example, so the qualitative data, user surveys. If we're in a larger, maybe longer term project, diaries are a really great way of collecting qualitative data. So diaries are something that I would use over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, for example. So every time a user uses a digital asset or uses a physical product, tell us a little bit about what time of day they're using it, how they feel as they're using it, what were they wanting to achieve from using it at that particular point. So that's a really great way of getting a longer term view of how a user is using something. Surveys are really, really great. And for a really good mix of qualitative and quantitative data, I really love doing the usability tests. So done quite a lot of these recently, one for a company in the finance sector, and one for a government-owned institution. And that is, a series of 1 hour sessions, say 5 to 6 over the case of over the space of a day. Pre-written tasks, so asking a user, how would you move from the home page to this particular page, or show me how you might complete this task. And if possible, I like to ask users to commentate as they're moving through a task. So that gives us an idea of how easy they're finding it to use, or if there are any points of frustration. And then following that, one of my favorite data points is the System Usability Scale. So after we've finished collecting qualitative data and observing the user use something, we ask them a set of 10 questions. So they're actually not questions, they're statements about their ease of use. And that gives our clients a really great benchmark. And it gives us a benchmark, can be a benchmark as to where we should be getting to. So if we get a score of, say, 40 on a system usability scale, that's low, and we should be aiming for 75 or 80 and above. So we can make changes based on what we've got, and then test again in 2 to 3 months' time, whatever the sort of the agile cycle is that we're working with. So there's a number of methodologies that I use, and those are just some of them, for example.